friends, Goddess of Awesome here, and I just wanted to try to make a fast video. I just made a video just now. It's kind of long, so you have the detailed version, but I want to make a quick one. So basically I had an epiphany. How to save myself a little bit. You know, it's coming to me piece by piece, you know. I can see the whole path, but there's also pieces in between the stepping stones that I don't know how things are going to manifest or come together. And I honestly have to say God is with me 100%. So, you know, in recent years, the last 2 years, I have been overworking myself to acquire what I would consider $1 million horses. They are impossible horses for most people. And I decided March 2016 that I was going to have that which is impossible. I was going to make the impossible possible. I've done it before. I went to France. When someone told me I'd never go, I could never make it, I overworked myself and I pulled a trip together. I took my 16-year-old sister at the time. I financed 2 people. I paid for everything. And I still had enough money to come home and not work for 2 weeks. And I had my rent paid in advance before I left. So I know I can do it. I know I can mush, you know. Overworking myself to get these horses, some people might have looked at it as crazy or not the wisest way to invest money. But to me, it has been an investment, and I do, you know, as I've been doing this, I have in my brain been seeing it as a business in the future, a business that I would like to do. So you just can't, I mean, these are expensive horses, you know. It takes a lot just to get one. I have 5 in my backyard right now. So I'm actually committed to another one. I'm crazy like that, I guess. I don't think my arms would be as in much pain as they are if I hadn't been overworking myself. Now let me say just really quick, I'm going to try to keep this video short. What a blessing I've been overworking myself. With this whole trafficking, this new trafficking law, and with all the advertising venues disappearing, what an extraordinary blessing for me right now that I have the stock that I do in my backyard. So I posted a video on Facebook 2 days ago. Today's Wednesday. 2 days ago, my brother forcefully entered my house and was just a beyond scary person. And it rattled my cage hard. I had to get a restraining order yesterday. Gave it to my hired hand today to serve my brother. He's homeless. And my brother seeks out my hired hand to hit him up for money. So next time my brother tries to find my hired hand might give him some money, but he'll also be served with a restraining order to stay away from me, which is so great. I got one against my mom as well. I mailed that off today. Such a wonderful feeling. So that post rattled the cages, I'm sure, of a lot of people. And the girl who I'm committed to having her foal, who's going to be born in 6 weeks, called. And she's so sweet, and she's so loving, and she's so angelic, and she's a cowgirl, so she's tough deep down inside, you know. Tough chick, business-minded. She said she just had this great feeling that she should call and check in with me, and she suggested, or she offered, an idea. She said maybe this isn't the best time for me to have a foal, considering that I'm working on all these projects, and you know, I definitely could use being in a gated community at some point, you know, a place where people just can't come up to my doorstep, like my brother, just walk up whenever the heck he feels like it. So she said maybe it would be better if she gave me back my deposit, which is $2 grand. Isn't that nice? And that she would keep this foal, because on another level, she kind of is really attached to this foal, and she kind of would love it. So, and that she'd breed her horse again in a year or 2, and that I could have that foal. I did not even spend 1 second of challenging this idea. I completely was so grateful for the offer because I truly didn't know how I was going to make rent for May. I had no idea. I thought about planning a trip. Actually, I was in the works of planning a trip to get myself out the door for this Saturday to go work a week, email a whole bunch of people, set it up. I could do it. I could absolutely cultivate a trip if I really put my elbow grease into that project. But that's not the project I want to do right now. I want to do this project. I want to continue making videos for my website that's going to launch here. I want to spend any extra time writing my chapters, finishing the last 2 chapters of my book I'm ready to release. You know, there's too much good stuff that I'm working on to set it down. And what a wonderful gift that she offered me back the money, and we decided that I'll not take this full. That's beautiful. This is what I want to say. Overworking myself to get these horses is totally paying off right now. It's completely paying off, you know? Now I have May rent, you know? Because she won't be sending the money until maybe tomorrow. And if I don't pay my rent till the 5th, if I pay after the 5th, I'll have a $250 late fee. So because I can pay it online, and I know my bank is so great, even if it's a large sum like my rent, they'll cover it, and they'll just hit me with a $25 overdraft fee. So isn't that brilliant? Paid my rent on time. What's today? The 2nd of May. So my rent is paid on time. I didn't have to look like an incompetent person to my rent people. Now I've been paying my rent on time for over a year. I've been here for 5 years. I used to always pay my rent in advance, but I've been paying on these crazy expensive horses, and for a minute there, I got a little off balance, but I've been paying on time for over a year now. So I didn't want to break that consistency. How nice it is to have that great consistency. So, so with her money coming in for rent, that's my rent. And then one of my high rollers just wrote me a couple days ago. I need to email him tonight. He wants to know how I'm doing, if I'm still alive, what's going on. He wants videos for me. He wants me to create exclusive videos for him so he can use them as tools for masturbation. Isn't that fabulous? I have another one who just emailed me a lot of words of courage and wisdom and support. So that's beautiful. He also wants to get me sculpted, like have a sculpture made of me. So that's amazing. Maybe I could have that be sold in my online store at some point. There's a mare I have that I really don't want to part with, but it seems the wisest thing to do would be to sell her back to her people. And it took me a long time to get to this realization and to be able to commit fully to do it. And on my birthday this last Friday, when I was at a horse show, as I was driving home, it became ever so clear that the right thing to do is to sell back the horse and cover my bases and get my website live. All I need to do is pay a certain amount of money that's left on that website and it can go live. Now there's still some content that needs to be put up, but it's mostly built, you know? So they're just waiting on a few more videos from me. So it can go live soon. So between this full money coming in, that's May rent. If I sell this mare, that could be June, it might be July, it could be it could be part of my water bill. It will definitely pay the hay, and it probably could also even pay what's left over on my website. What a advantageous thing. How smart, how wise, how glorious, and what a wonderful gift, you know? Here I was and had been overworking myself like a dog, you know? Overworking myself so much to get these amazing $1 million horses. Now, they don't cost $1 million, but they might as well because they're just crazy expensive. And some people might think I was a little nuts to be doing that, or to be running into the wind for as long as I had been. I didn't expect to get so many, you know. I knew I was going to have Athena, and then Tessa died. I didn't even consider Katie. I went for this big, beautiful gray mare. And then right a couple weeks after I signed for the gray mirror, my Athena people brought up the idea of Katie being a beautiful driving mate, a team to drive them in a buggy side by side, beautiful horses. And then I was like, oh my God, you're absolutely right. And I went for Katie, you know. And then I had a stallion who I'd been thinking about for a long time, and she was moving many states away, and she needed to downsize, and she knew I loved him, and we struck a deal, you know. So I have 5 horses, and what a blessing that I do, because now I'm going to offer one back. I'll write that email tonight. I've been holding off writing it, but I'm going to write it tonight. And I hope they'll give me what I paid for her, and I hope they'll sell her back to me when I can afford her. See, on Friday, I decided to sell her with all my heart. I knew I was going to do that, and Sunday I was going to write that email. And Sunday she got hurt. The horse I was going to sell back got hurt on something that my hired hand carelessly left in the horse area. I didn't put that thing there. He did. He put something you should never put around horses. He left something out for any horse to get hurt on, and one of them did, and it happens to be the one that I'm going to sell, that I wanted to sell back. So I don't know if I'm even going to get all that I paid for her. I hope I do. I don't know. But whatever I get, it's going to float me. I'll use it to the wisest of my abilities. And nothing is more important than getting that site paid off. So if that's all I get to do is pay June rent and pay that site off and pay the hay bill and touch a teeny bit on the water bill, my water bill's atrocious. Last quarter of last year was $3,300. Yeah, well that was 4 months. I guess a quarter's 3 months, huh? 4 months of water bill, $3,300. So yeah, that's steep. I don't know why my water bill is so insane lately. But that's what I'm up to. So I just want to share that with you, that I am truly blessed, that I have been overworking myself, because I don't know a lot of sex workers out there who have been investing. I don't know any, actually. I mean, I only have a couple of friends who do this work, and none of them have been overworking themselves to make ends meet. I've been overworking myself to cover my bases and to pursue a dream of being a full-time equestrian person. So once everything goes live and I have a new income, I'll be able to do that more than ever, you know. So that's all I wanted to say, that there's hope and there's light at the end of my tunnel, and that full being offered, that agreement being broken, mutually agreed to break that agreement. She'll give me back my $2,000 that pays May. My high roller wants videos, so hopefully I'll get some. I'm going to give him a few options of see which one he goes for, and sell back that mare, and I'm going to be all right. So I don't have to go back to work. And for the last few days I was dreading having to do that, and I've been psyching myself up to tell my workout friends that I'm going to leave them for a week. I've been psyching myself up in a lot of ways, having to write emails and having to ride an airplane, which I don't want to do. I don't want to do it. I absolutely don't want to do it. I don't want to ride an airplane right now. I don't want to ride an airplane ever again to go do hand jobs. I'll ride an airplane to Tahiti. I'll go to France. I'll go to Ireland. I'll go to Australia, New Zealand. I'll go to Japan and Indonesia and Singapore. I'll go all those places and other places, but I'll go for vacation or for doing stuff related to this. I don't want to go to perform hand jobs anymore. I'm done. So if this all pans out, I really truly will be done, except for the instructional videos that I'm making. That will be my last hurrah. And after those videos are all created, I won't have to be doing ever again another hand job ever again. Super excited. So that's all I needed to say, and that's all I wanted to say, kind of a shorter version of what I just said. So there's light at the end of my tunnel. I'm so excited. I figured out me. What a blessing to have that agreement mutually agreed to break, and that she'll be giving me back my deposit, And what a beautiful thing that I had that, right? That I have that, and that she offered it at her own cognitive, like and she doesn't know what I'm up to. She doesn't know about my channel. She doesn't know. She doesn't know about any of this, and her tummy told her. And my tummy was, and my brain was like, oh my God, you are the answer to my prayer. I didn't know how it was going to happen. So, and I'm not paying late. I'm on time. I'm on time. So, yay! Super happy. Okay, so that's all. I just want to share that with you. So, you know, sex work is like being an addict. It's really hard to quit. It's especially hard to quit because it's connected to your finances. It's one thing to just not want to do it anymore. Like today is 9 weeks. It's Wednesday. Today is 9 weeks of no weed for me. I'm probably never smoking again ever again. I always tell myself I can, so it makes it easier. But I'll probably never smoke again. And also, I haven't drank in 2.5 months. Excuse me, 2.5 years. June, I think, is like the full 2.5 years. But it's just pretty much there. 2.5 years, basically, I haven't drank. So quitting something like that, or like those, way easier than quitting sex work that's connected to your finances. I have been having withdrawals for handfuls of days, not because I want to go to work, but because I need the money. And I know I can get it fast if I go to a few really great towns, you know. So I will do that at a last resort. And I've grown some in the last few days because I was willing to sell the horse as a last resort. And now I'm like, no, let's sell that horse so I don't have to uproot, stop my progress on my projects. Let's just finish these projects and see what happens, you know? So the world is my oyster. I am very excited. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say for right now. So I'm the Goddess of Awesome. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you like this video at all, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to know more, please subscribe. And in the meantime, bright blessings and be well.